The National Electrical Code, or NEC, does not specifically mandate the installation of general-use receptacles in commercial buildings. While the NEC provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical installations, its focus in commercial settings leans towards safety and functionality, allowing for flexibility based on the specific needs of the occupancy. It's important to understand that the absence of a direct requirement in the NEC does not mean that receptacles are unnecessary in commercial spaces. Instead, the decision to install receptacles and the quantity and placement of those receptacles are often determined by a combination of factors, including local building codes, the intended use of the space, and practical considerations. Local building codes and ordinances can and often do supplement the NEC, adding specific requirements that are relevant to the jurisdiction. These local codes may mandate a certain number of receptacles per square foot or per linear foot of wall space in commercial buildings. These requirements can vary significantly from one location to another, so it is important to consult with the local authorities to ensure compliance. Furthermore, the intended use of the commercial space plays a crucial role in determining the need for receptacles. For example, an office building will require a significantly higher density of receptacles than a warehouse. Offices need receptacles for computers, printers, phones, and other electronic devices, while warehouses may only need receptacles for occasional use, such as for power tools or charging equipment. Practical considerations also drive the installation of receptacles in commercial buildings. Even if not explicitly required by code, receptacles are essential for the convenience and productivity of the occupants. Receptacles provide power for a wide range of devices, from laptops and mobile phones to power tools and appliances. The strategic placement of receptacles ensures that these devices can be used safely and efficiently without the need for extension cords, which can be a safety hazard. Now let's shift our focus to dwelling units, which is another name for residential buildings. In contrast to commercial buildings, the NEC provides specific and detailed requirements for the installation of general-use receptacles in dwelling units. Article 210.52 of the NEC is dedicated to outlining these requirements, ensuring that residents have convenient access to electrical power throughout their homes. Article 210.52 covers a range of topics related to receptacle placement, including wall space requirements, countertop requirements, and outdoor receptacle requirements. It also addresses the spacing of receptacles along walls, ensuring that no point along a wall is more than a certain distance from a receptacle. For example, the NEC typically requires that receptacles be installed so that no point along a wall line is more than 6 feet, or 1.8 meters, from a receptacle outlet. This ensures that extension cords are not needed to reach most locations in the room. The NEC also includes specific requirements for receptacle placement in kitchens and bathrooms. In kitchens, receptacles must be installed along countertops and islands to provide power for appliances such as blenders, toasters, and coffee makers. In bathrooms, receptacles must be ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, protected to prevent electric shock. These GFCI receptacles are designed to quickly cut off power to the circuit if a ground fault is detected, protecting users from potentially fatal electrical shocks. Furthermore, the NEC requires that all outdoor receptacles be GFCI protected as well. This is because outdoor receptacles are exposed to moisture, which can increase the risk of electric shock. By requiring GFCI protection, the NEC helps to ensure the safety of people using outdoor electrical equipment, such as power tools, lawnmowers, and holiday lighting. So, to summarize, while the NEC does not explicitly require general-use receptacles in commercial buildings, local codes, the intended use of the space, and practical considerations often dictate their installation. In contrast, the NEC provides specific and detailed requirements for the installation of general-use receptacles in dwelling units, as outlined in Article 210.52. Understanding these differences is essential for ensuring safe and compliant electrical installations in both commercial and residential settings. When designing an electrical system for a commercial building, it is crucial to consider the specific needs of the occupants and the intended use of the space. For example, an office building will require a higher density of receptacles than a warehouse. In an office, receptacles will be needed for computers, printers, phones, and other electronic devices, while in a warehouse, receptacles may only be needed for occasional use, such as for power tools or charging equipment. It is also important to consider the layout of the space. Receptacles should be placed in convenient locations such as along walls, near desks, and in common areas. The spacing of receptacles should comply with local codes and best practices. In general, receptacles should be spaced no more than 12 feet, or 3.6 meters, apart along walls, so that no point along the wall line is more than 6 feet, or 1.8 meters from a receptacle. In addition to general use receptacles, commercial buildings may also require specialized receptacles for specific equipment. For example, a restaurant may need 208 volts receptacles for ovens and refrigerators, while a manufacturing facility may need 480 volts receptacles for heavy machinery. It is important to consult with the equipment manufacturers to determine the appropriate receptacle type and voltage for each piece of equipment. When installing receptacles in a commercial building, it is crucial to follow all applicable codes and safety standards. All electrical work should be performed by qualified electricians who are familiar with the NEC and local codes. Receptacles should be properly grounded to prevent electric shock, and all wiring should be protected from physical damage. In dwelling units, the NEC provides specific requirements for the number and placement of receptacles in each room. For example, living rooms, bedrooms, and dining rooms must have receptacles spaced no more than 12 feet, or 3.6 meters, apart along walls, so that no point along the wall line is more than 6 feet, or 1.8 meters, from a receptacle. Kitchens must have receptacles along countertops and islands, and bathrooms must have GFCI-protected receptacles near sinks. The NEC also includes requirements for outdoor receptacles. All outdoor receptacles must be GFCI protected and must be installed in weatherproof enclosures. This helps to protect people from electric shock when using outdoor electrical equipment. When installing receptacles in a dwelling unit, it is important to follow all applicable codes and safety standards. All electrical work should be performed by qualified electricians who are familiar with the NEC and local codes. Receptacles should be properly grounded to prevent electric shock, and all wiring should be protected from physical damage. In addition to the NEC, many local jurisdictions have their own electrical codes. These local codes may be more stringent than the NEC, so it is important to consult with the local authorities to ensure compliance. For example, some local codes may require that all receptacles in a dwelling unit be arc fault circuit interrupter, or off-site protected. ASIs are designed to detect arc faults, which are a common cause of electrical fires. Arc faults can occur when wires are damaged or when connections are loose. By requiring ASI protection, local codes can help to prevent electrical fires. When designing or installing an electrical system, it is important to consider the potential hazards that may be present. Electrical shock is a serious hazard that can result in injury or death. To prevent electrical shock, it is important to follow all applicable codes and safety standards. Receptacles should be properly grounded, and all wiring should be protected from physical damage. GFCI protection should be provided in areas where there is a risk of moisture, such as bathrooms and outdoors. Arc faults are another common hazard that can lead to electrical fires. To prevent arc faults, it is important to use high-quality wiring and connections. ASI protection should be provided in areas where there is a risk of arc faults, such as bedrooms and living rooms. Overloading circuits can also be a hazard. Overloading a circuit can cause the wires to overheat, which can lead to a fire. To prevent overloading circuits, it is important to use the correct size circuit breakers and to avoid plugging too many devices into a single circuit. Proper grounding is an essential safety measure in electrical systems. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which can help to prevent electrical shock. All receptacles and electrical equipment should be properly grounded. Grounding can be achieved by connecting the metal parts of the equipment to a grounding electrode, such as a ground rod or a metal water pipe. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are devices that are designed to protect people from electric shock. GFCIs work by monitoring the current flowing through a circuit. If the GFCI detects a difference in current between the hot and neutral wires, it will quickly trip the circuit, cutting off power to the circuit. GFCIs are required in areas where there is a risk of moisture, such as bathrooms and outdoors. Arc fault circuit interrupters, or SIs, are devices that are designed to protect against electrical fires. SIs work by monitoring the current flowing through a circuit. If the SI detects an arc fault, it will quickly trip the circuit, cutting off power to the circuit. SIs are required in areas where there is a risk of arc faults, such as bedrooms and living rooms. Electrical codes are constantly evolving to keep up with new technologies and safety concerns. It is important to stay up to date on the latest electrical codes to ensure that your electrical system is safe and compliant. The NEC is updated every 3 years, so it is important to obtain the latest version of the code and to familiarize yourself with the changes. Local electrical codes may also be updated more frequently, so it is important to check with the local authorities to ensure compliance. Electrical safety is a shared responsibility. Electricians, contractors, and homeowners all have a role to play in ensuring that electrical systems are safe. By following all applicable codes and safety standards, we can help to prevent electrical shocks, fires, and other hazards. Remember to always consult with a qualified electrician before performing any electrical work. Electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to have the work done by someone who is trained and experienced.